Hey, so most of the time, if you ask people, what's crime like in your neighborhood or your suburb, they'll say something like, oh, it's pretty quiet around here. I don't think there's that much going on. Or they might say, from the Facebook group, seems like there is a bit going on. But then if you watch the nightly news, you would swear that it's like a zombie apocalypse every single night out there. But how do you actually know? Like, I'm not talking about just a sense of things or feelings. How do you get data and facts on what's actually going on in your suburb? Because what if you're trying to move your family to that suburb and you want to know whether or not it's safe? Well, today I'm going to show you 3 places you can get instant clarity because it'll give you crime data on your suburb straight away for free. It's really helpful because if you can know what you're up against, you're going to make a better plan every single time. Let's discuss. By the way, I'm Jake from Home Security Workshop. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you and your family would be better off with a home security written plan or without one? The answer is yeah, you would be better off with a plan. I'm giving you one. If you go to homesecurityworkshop.com, jump on the exclusive email list. I'm giving you a free 40-minute workshop that will walk through the whole plan from start to finish and give you a one-page cheat sheet that you can actually just fill it out and you can be done. It's amazing. Okay. That being said, let's jump into this episode because I want to give you a quick rapid fire 3 or 3.5 places that you can find out about crime in your suburb completely for free. Okay. So the first place is actually your state or territory police service. Here in Queensland, we've got online crime map, which is put out by QPS, Queensland Police. And it's actually the best, richest, most up-to-date source. If you want to know what happened for crime in your suburb literally yesterday, in terms of reported crime that is, you can jump in there and you can basically put in your suburb name, the time period, so the last week. I think it'll give you the last week is the shortest time frame, and you can actually filter by what type of crime was reported. And you can get into property crime, you can get into break-ins, you can get into all different kinds of crimes in there. You can go back to week, month, year, 5 years, I think is the max. And so I find that this is probably the most direct place that you can get this sort of data from. So that's usually the first place I'm going to if I want to find out what's happening in a given suburb. The second place that I would tell you is another site, which I think is sort of a layer beyond that, which is redsuburbs.com.au. And by the way, I'll put links for this in the notes for this episode, so you don't have to search, you can just click the link. But redsuburbs.com.au, basically they must have an API or something which takes the data from those state and territory crime databases and then uses it to build nice, pretty suburb profiles where it'll give you like crime trends in that particular suburb broken down by like violent crime, property crimes, and so on. And it'll tell you, relative to the neighboring suburbs, how does it go? I really like this one as well. So if I'm trying to get an idea of a particular suburb and what things are like there, I'll go to online crime map from the police, and then I'll go to Red Suburbs. There's another site too that I like called Open Stats, which I think is a federal database that's got not just crime in there, but crime is one of the things that you can get these stats on. And it'll give you a big sort of national map for Australia, and then it'll zoom down. You can look at your suburb or your state. It'll probably do region as well if you wanted it to, but it tends to just give you the break-in data, and it's basically color-coded like a heat map. So the bright green is nice, peaceful, low crime. The deeper red ones are higher crime. And this is a nice visual representation to do it as well. The third one that I wanted to give you is actually from Budget Direct. So this is a private insurance industry related one, and I don't know if the data is taken from industry. I would imagine that they've got probably a lot of data from insurance customers over the years. And these studies that they put out, like they just put out one in April 2024. The prior one that I could find there was 2021. So it may be that they only do it every couple of years, but at the moment, the data I think is relatively recent in there. And it's not as deep, but still it'll give you a suburb profile again. Not as much data, but it'll give you kind of a ranking to know just quick off the cuff, how's my suburb doing? And it's coming from a private source. So it's just a different perspective on the same data. So when I'm looking at a suburb trying to figure out, okay, what's going on there? What sort of issues are there or not there? In the space of 5 or 10 minutes, you can build a pretty good handle using facts and data. Obviously, there's always value to like the boots on the ground, like what's being said on in the neighborhood and on Facebook and the local groups. I think there's some value to that, but I think there's maybe more value to the data and the facts. So I hope you found this helpful. I have, definitely. These sites are really good resources for me. I use pretty regularly. And again, I have to plug, if you don't have a plan for your place or your family yet, go to homesecurityworkshop.com. It's completely free. Just jump on there, get the workshop and the cheat sheet. And give me some feedback on this episode. Send me an email, drop a comment in there, let me know what you thought. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.